Hello, my beautiful, most wonderful, precious friends. Did anyone tell you how beautiful you are today? Because if not, you absolutely are. But for today's video, I wanted to do the best of and the worst of makeup so far this year. It's June, which means just the halfway point of the year, and I have definitely tried so much new makeup this year. So I want to do half my face with the best of and half my face with the worst of, so you guys can really see the difference in the two, and I can kind of explain to you guys why I think it's the best and why I think it's the worst, and see what type of mayhem we get ourselves into. So if you guys want to see all of that, well then definitely keep watching. Alrighty guys, so I did not show my brows because I don't have the worst of and I don't have the best of when it comes to brows. I pretty much stick to my Benefit and my Milk makeup. So nothing really new and revolutionary there, but I do have a full face of makeup to try out. Now some of the products that you guys will see in my worst of, I actually did pull out my decluttered box that I had. I did like a declutter like last month. And I knew some of these products were one of the worst products I've tried, and I knew I wanted to do this video, so I pulled them out before they ended up getting donated and discarded, and I am so excited to show you guys what they are today. So like I said, this side is going to be full of the best of, and this is going to be full of the worst of. Now, not everything I show is the absolute worst. It's just what's the worst to me at this moment. Things are ever evolving. The makeup industry is always having new makeup come out constantly, so my opinions can change on a day-to-day basis, but this is just what I think of right now based upon what I've tried over the last couple of months. So starting off, we're going to go into bronzing drops. I'm going to go into this side. I'm going to go in with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Hue Drops. Now, I really like to use this type of product if I'm doing a no makeup day because I want to look somewhat like a human. Like right now, I could look like a little dead zombie. That's not what zombies do. They go... No, that's like a mummy. What noises do zombies make? Clearly, I've never been a zombie in my life. But I just wanted to make sure I look a little bit alive. So I just take a little bit of like a glowing dewdrop product, and I like to put it all over my face because it just really helps to bronze up the face and give it some life, which I really appreciate because there are days when I just look like shit. And this really helps to bronze up the face, give it some life while also providing some great skin, providing some great like SPF and some skincare benefits at the same time. Like I just love how I look like I just came out on the beach and I just have a beautiful nice tan on the side of my face, and then maybe I might throw on just like a mascara and a clear gloss, and then I'm good to go because I have like a really nice looking tan on. Like, do you guys see the difference between the two? Love it, love it, love it. Now, when it comes to the worst, now granted, this was user error because you guys told me to mix it with my moisturizer and stuff like that, but I did, and I still don't really care for this product, but it is the e.l.f. Skin Bronzing Drops right here. Now, I'm going to apply it the first time. I'm going to apply it the same way that I did the first time I ever used it because I really want you guys to see, because all the other bronzing products I've ever tried, I could just apply directly to the face. I don't need to put it in mixed. I don't need to mix it with a moisturizer. I don't need to mix it with a like primer. I could just wear it by itself. This you have to mix. But I didn't know that the first time I tried that. Now, I have retried it since with moisturizers and with primers, and I still don't like it. So that is why it is going to be in my worst category today. And it kind of sucks because I really do love e.l.f., but hey, it is what it is. So I'm just going to show you exactly how I did it. I did it like this before, and I'm not applying with anything else. I just want to wear it the exact same way so you guys can see how the first time I wore this, it was so botchy. It was so patchy. Is botchy a word? It was just so botchy. Yeah, it was botchy. It was patchy. It was just not a good look. Okay, so do you guys see the difference between the two? So this right here just gave me a beautiful, soft, like a bronzy glow. This just looks like I had put on a fake tan and I didn't rub it in, and it just looks like it's dirty. It just looks like I'm dirty on the face and my face needs to be washed. Like the difference between the two is just astounding to me. Like I was just so floored the first time I tried this, and granted, it doesn't look as bad when it mixes with my moisturizer and primer, but I don't like it. I just don't like it. Okay, now coming on to the primer section. So I really do like these two particular pre-primers is what I'm going to call them. It is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. This is beautiful if you have really oily skin. 1 to 2 drops, you just tap it in your trouble area, and it's a great way to really help to lock in that skincare as well as controlling the oil. I also really do love the Milk Makeup Mattifying and Blurring Stick. I've been wearing this since I got it. It's been doing a great job at really containing the oil. Really have been enjoying that. Now, I noticed I haven't tried a lot of new primers this year that I've really fallen in love with besides the One Size Secure the Glow. This is a tacky hydrating primer. Surprisingly, even though this is not meant for oily skin, the way that this just grips onto the foundation and the makeup helps to make my makeup last all day. It's a beautiful, beautiful primer. I really do love this. It is comparable to the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I do prefer this one over the Milk Makeup, but I still think this is over the Milk Makeup, but like I will always pick Milk Makeup most times and not when it comes to primers, but this is absolutely fantastic. So we're going to kind of just use these two today. I really do love the water serum, but I don't have anything comparable to the I don't like side, so we're just going to just put this side. But I just wanted to give a little honorable mention to this because this really is a great product. And when I do my overall best of and worst of for 2024, this will definitely be featured in the best of. This is just more of like a little mini preview as to what's going to come at the end of the year. So we're going to go in with the blurring stick right here, and I'm going to go over all my low trouble areas. I just take this and I just kind of like put this all over the face, mostly in my T-zone where I have the most issue, and I just kind of like tap it in. I know you don't really have to, but like I choose to, so I'm just going to kind of tap this in, and then we're going to go in with the One Size Secure the Glow. We're just going to put this right here. It has little bulbas in it, and they kind of feel funny and like squishy whenever you like press down on it. We're just going to put this right over the face and let this sit for a couple minutes because it is going to get a little tacky. Not as much as you think, but it does get a little tacky. Okay, so for this side, there are two primers that I tried this year that I was just like, I don't like. The first one being the Essence Poreless Partner Primer. Doesn't clog pores. This just doesn't do anything for the face. Does not do anything. I don't know what it is about Essence complexion products. Some work great, some absolutely do not. It's like a love-hate relationship I have with this brand. So I'm gonna put this one on. There also is the LA Girl Blurring Putty Primer. Y'all, this is a poreless primer. Bullshit. It just feels like you're taking peanut butter and scrubbing it all over the face. It is just not a good sensation. I do not like this primer. So they both got decluttered for a reason. So first we're gonna go in with the Essence Poreless Primer. I remember I did a full face of the Essence products, so I wanted to see what the hype was about because all these influencers are like, this is the best brand, I love Essence. And while Essence does make some great products, they also make some really, really, really shitty products that I just absolutely cannot stand. All right, now we're gonna go into the blurring primer. Like I said, this is like a weird like peanut butter. It just feels like you're touching peanut butter. We're gonna start to try to apply this right in the pores. Try to get them filled in. I feel like the only thing that I did was kind of tone down how dirty my face looked. Okay, so while that's kind of settling down, for foundation, I have two foundations that I've tried this year that I really have fallen in love with. I will give a quick honorable mention to the Tear foundation. This went viral all over TikTok. I still never received my handbag, but that's whatever. I do really like this foundation. You could buy this over on Amazon. It went viral all over TikTok. Everybody's so obsessed with this. Michaela got a Birkin bag out of this. Like, good for her. And everybody made such a big deal that they were doing videos of this, and I could tell that they were all sponsored videos because it would say Tear partner in the hashtag, but it wouldn't say paid partnership because so majority of them were not really disclosing they were doing it, but that's a whole different story. And I want to try it out. I actually really ended up liking this foundation. I've been wearing it since I got it, so like the last week. It does oxidize down like crazy, so you have to be kind of forewarned about that, but it is a really nice foundation. But the two that I tried that really kind of took me by surprise, the first one being the Urban Decay Face Bond Matte Face Bond Foundation. Can you guys see how there's like a little bit of like a gap right here? I have used this so much since buying this. They did send it to me PR like a month later, but I bought this myself and I fell in love with this. You don't need to have setting powder, but I absolutely will still use setting powder because I do get so oily that I just want to make sure I'm locking it in. But it just looks beautiful. It holds up throughout the entire day. It's a really gorgeous foundation. Along with the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I'm thoroughly surprised at how beautiful this foundation is. I did an all-day wear test in the middle of June here in Florida, and for some reason it held on more than I ever expected it to. It literally latched on. It didn't separate. I got a tiny bit oily, but it did not separate once at all. It did not transfer, did not budge, it did not lift, did not separate. I was thoroughly so impressed with this foundation. So I'm going to kind of mix the two together because I really do like both foundations. I really couldn't tell you which one's the best. All I know is that for oily skin, both these worked really nicely. So we're going to kind of just mix the two together. I don't really know what kind of concoction this is going to create, but we're about to find out together. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Face Bond. I'll take a little bit of the e.l.f. and we're just going to kind of mix the two together. Imagine if I create like the most holy grail foundation. That would be freaking epic. But But yeah, no, I really fell in love with this. I think my biggest test for me is that now that I go to work at Disney, I have to walk throughout the hot parks and I have to go like run errands and stuff. And I really get to kind of put the foundation to the test then to see how well it's actually holding up with the heat, humidity. And I've been thoroughly impressed that I could work a 8 to 9 hour shift and I come back home and I'm barely oily and I'm like, what is happening right now? The way that it just looks so beautiful, even like mixing these two together, it just looks so pretty, so smoothing. I really love these two foundations. Now for this side, I am going to do something I haven't done in a long time. I'm doing my first return and I was waiting until this video and now I'm going to go return it. But we have two foundations. The first being the Essence Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation. Transfer and waterproof. It means garbage. It means garbage. It's $4 for a reason because this... One, the shade range, so piss poor. Secondly, it does not last. Thirdly, it oxidizes down like crazy. Fourthly, it's just a really shitty foundation. Really shitty foundation. Along with the When Beauty by Serena Williams. This is the hydrating skin tint. This is the hydrating skin enhancing tint. Y'all, I tried this 2 more times after my first initial review and I just don't like it. I don't get how to apply it. It just does not work for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I just don't like this foundation. So I am doing a return. Be impressed because normally I never do returns, but y'all were like, Allie, start getting your money back. So I'm going to return so I could go ahead and get more items to review for you guys on my channel. So we're just going to take a couple of the Win. So I could show you this first, and then we're going to use Essence with it because y'all just need to see. I don't know what it is. I cannot get this foundation to work, and it's also a horrible shade match on me. I can't. I don't like it. I don't like how it looks. For some reason, I feel like it just emphasizes every single texture that I have on the face. And I really wanted to love this because I love the message behind it. You know, with like being for athletes and you can wear this all day and not sweat. Y'all know this is horrible. If you guys want to see my full wear test on this, I will post the video down below so you guys can check it out. But you guys can clearly see that I wore this all day and it is just a really bad foundation. Here we are. It's on. It did help to tone down the horribleness of the e.l.f. product, which I really will be thankful for. I like that it did that, but I just, maybe I'm too full coverage, but I don't mind some skin tints, but I don't know, there's something about this that just doesn't sit nicely on the skin. It just peels and just doesn't look that good. So we're going to use that as a base because we're going to go in with the Essence Keep Me Covered. That's yellow. And we're gonna look at the difference between the two. I can't. You guys see the clear difference between my face right now? Do you see, like, this gives me like a beautiful, soft, almost bronzy-esque vibe, right? It looks like I've been out in the sun, I've been tanning, I'm like gonna glow. This just looks very yellow. It's a very yellow base. I don't know why the Essence foundation turns yellow, but for some reason it does. And I can tone it down by using the right products, but like, look at the difference between the two. Like, this like matches my skin. Okay, this does not. It's just, it's bad. Okay, so for bronzer, because I'm gonna go in with bronzer first before I do blush, before I do concealer and blush, I really fell in love with this bronzer right here. I don't know why I did, but for some reason it's what I keep gravitating to. But it is the Too Faced, Too Faced Chocolate Mousse Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. This is just freaking beautiful. I love the way that this applies. So effortless. It's so easy to work with. And it smells like a Tootsie Roll. I don't really care. I don't like care for Tootsie Rolls, but for some reason this just literally, it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It melts straight into the skin and it just gives me that beautiful, soft, like almost contoured look. And then I do go over it with a matte bronzer a little bit later. But the way that this is just so easy to blend, I have been using this so much. And I really do like the new like Say bronzer and the Makeup by Mario bronzer, but this is something I've been using first. And I just love the way that this just melts so effortlessly into the skin. It's just so freaking pretty. Like, it blends effortlessly. It's so nice. It is such a nice contour stick. Look how it just melts in there. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, so for this side, I really did not care for the Physician Formula contour wand. This is just something I just could not really get into. They were so kind enough to send me a second one, which I did actually end up just giving away. But I just couldn't get into this one. I feel like I'm doing like a how-to video. Okay, so let's try to blend this out. It's making my face look a little bit burnt with like a red undertone. Do you guys see that? Do you see the difference? Like, I will say it does melt into the skin, but I just feel like it kind of gives me like almost like a burnt effect where it has a little bit of like a red undertone to it. So it feels like I kind of got a little bit more sunburned than I did get like a really healthy glow. Like I don't know. Was not a fan, so sadly it did get, you know, decluttered. But that's okay because there are so many other great products that Physician Formula's rolled out with that I really do love. So moving on to blushes. I absolutely fell in love with the Milk Makeup blushes right here. I know a lot of people out there didn't really care for these. I truly did. I feel like they're so beautiful. I have to mix two colors together because I like to have my own like shade. And it's the same shade called Chill that I mixed together in Spritz. And these are just so freaking pretty. It gives me the most prettiest peachy blush. Love it. A little does go a long way, and you kind of have to be a little bit soft-handed, and you have to kind of play around with it because they do dry kind of quickly. But I just take my little brush right here, and then I just kind of slowly work it in. And this is one of those products that they stain. Just a heads up, they do stain. But I just really enjoy it. Really enjoy a good peachy blush. I just feel like a good peachy coral blush is just something that I've always just been truly obsessed with. But I also go over it with a powder blush in just a little bit too, so that's also what we're gonna do. This just kind of like sets the base, and the way that it just like melts into the skin, I think using a brush to apply is probably the best way when it comes to these two. That's because they're kind of finicky products, but I'm just gonna sit here and press it, and it just gives me a beautiful soft pink glow, like a really soft pink glow. Now I don't have any cream blushes for this side, so we're gonna go ahead and go in with concealer. My favorite concealer that I have so far is from Salt New York. I really do love this concealer. You guys can use my code Allie, which will save you guys 10% off on shopping the brand. But I'm just gonna take this, I'm just gonna slowly just start to work it in right here. The way that it just like melts into the skin, it's just a really pretty concealer. Now for this side, I do like the Win Beauty Concealer, but it's not my favorite. But I did not care for the Keep Me Covered Concealer from Essence. This was just a no-no. This was not a good concealer. So we're just going to go ahead and conceal the face right here. God, it's the opposite shade of what I need to be. We're going to start to just press this in. I don't know, there's something about this that I just felt it was really dry and caking. Just really enhanced all the fine lines and wrinkles that I have underneath the eye. Just was not a fan of it. So it had to go. Okay, so for setting powder, I didn't try as much setting powder so far this year that I really fell in love with, but I do really love the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder, but this is the peach one. I just got sent this in PR. Still so random this brand sent me PR, but they did, which I'm very grateful for. It's a really pretty color. I had to use this when using the Win Beauty because it really helped to tone down the face. So we're going to go into this to set the face. Usually I go in with the Ultimate Setting Powder, the translucent one, whenever I'm doing like a normal filming day or going to work because it really is translucent. But I really want to show how pretty this is also without, I really want to show how pretty this is also because it is a really pretty color. And we're just going to take this and we're going to start to just tap this right here to set the under eye. It really helps to just blur the face. Sometimes I have leftover like foundation in my eye, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the setting powder. We're just going to tap that into the eye to help to make that nice and mattified. For this side, now this setting powder, I didn't realize it was not really a setting powder until after, but we're going to use it because I did use it for a setting powder. But it is the Sigma Beaming Glow Illuminating Powder Fairy Dust. I thought this was a setting powder, and then I found out they do have matte setting powders, but this is what I originally used, and this is absolutely atrocious. This is horrible, but that's the whole point of this video is to show the realness. So we're going to take this on a dirty powder puff because I don't want to ruin my clean one, and we're going to start to just pack this in to help to set the face, and it's going to give me a 10-man glow. I don't care for it. I don't really know what you would use this illuminating powder for. I truly don't know what use it gives besides giving you just a glow. But it's like I I don't know, it's like a Tin Man glow. I can't get over how I look like a freaking Tin Man. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I don't know who needs this powder unless you were trying to look like Edward Collins in the Cullen family. Who needs this powder though? For real. For real. Like, I don't get what it's supposed to do besides give me an unnatural white cast glow. Like, I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay, so for powdered bronzer on this side, I've really been enjoying the Sephora matte bronzer right here. I think it's a super nice bronzer. It melts really nicely. It blends really easy into the skin. Has a really nice, pleasant scent to it. I really like to take this and I like to set on top of that bronzer that you guys saw me put on earlier. Plus it helps to just kind of bring back color to the face if I ever go in with setting powder. Helps to just bring life right back to the face. And just go in very, 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 very lightly. I love the perfume scent. I know it's not going to be for everybody, but I really enjoy the perfume scent. I think it's really, really nice. Now for this side, I don't really have a bronzer that I didn't really like, so I'm just going to go with the Essence Matte Club Bronzer. This is like not the worst bronzer in the world. It does bronze the face, but I just didn't really have enough love to want to keep it either. So I'm just going to kind of tap in. As you guys can see, it is kind of struggling to deliver pigment on top of that freaking Tin Man look, but we are trying to cover it up as best as we can. You can still see the two different colors on the face. You know, at least I go for it. At least I go for it. I try items and I just go for it, knowing that it looks like pure shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm here to do my job, do a review. We got to go for it, and that's what we're doing today. I just want to show you guys the truth of that. This just does not look that good. So that is how the bronzer looks. Not the best, but not the worst either. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to go in with the Patrick Ta. This one's called She's the Moment. Y'all know the Patrick Ta blushes are probably one of my favorite blushes that he has out there. There's something about these blushes that I just think are just so magnificent. He did just roll out with the highlighters just like this. I am going to have a video on that because I do have a full face of testing some new makeup. It's not a full face, but it's enough to do a video with. And I'm going to show off those highlighters. I've been seeing a lot of controversy around the highlighters. A lot of people are not really liking them out there because they're coming in like wet and like melted looking. So we're going to be really kind of like see if I have the same thing. I looked at mine. Mine did not come in broken. I did buy 2 of them. I hope I did not waste my money because that was like $80 for both. So we're going to see that. You guys will see that video on Friday. And then you take the cream and you lightly set the cream on top of the powder. This is how he always does it for not only just his highlighters, but his blushes too. And it's just so freaking pretty the way he does it. Okay, so for this side, we do have a blush. Now the blush that I want to show you guys is the ColourPop. This is the pressed powder blush from Beauty and the Beast. And this is in the shade called Chip. It's like a bronzer. It's like a bronzer, but I did not care for this. So we're going to go ahead and use this today as our blush. So you guys can see that I am just bronzing up the face. Okay, so for highlight, I have talked about this highlighter since I tried it. Y'all, this is my absolute most favorite highlighter. It has surpassed Jaclyn Cosmetics Ice Highlighter. Y'all know, if you've been on my channel, that I've been obsessed with a highlighter since 2019. It's what I used for years. But I came across this highlighter and I'm so glad I did because it's just chef's kiss. It is the iconic London Lit and Luminous Baked Highlighter. There's something about this highlighter that I cannot get enough of. It is just so unbelievably gorgeous. I just am truly so obsessed. I will say that the L'Oreal Infallible Highlighter Illuminator right here is a very good dupe to the iconic London. Like, I know it's not a dupe, but like it's almost like a dupe the way that this is formulated. These are very, very similar in color, very similar in formula, and I just feel like they're both absolutely beautiful. So if you don't ever want to get the iconic London, definitely get the L'Oreal. This is absolutely stunning. But I'm gonna go with my favorite because this has been my tried and true since I got it. I truly am just so obsessed with this highlighter. It's just so pretty. You could put a little bit on, or you could really build it up to give you that nice like lit from within glow. So I could just leave it here if I want to, but sometimes I want to go in with just a little bit more and really kind of pack that in. It is just so freaking it's stunning. Like, look at that. It is just so beautiful. And this is a universal shade, so it's only in one shade, and it's just, my God, gorgeous. Then for the highlighter for this side, we have the Lottie London. This is the Diamond Bounce Illuminating Highlighter in the shade called Frosted. I did not care for this highlighter, and you'll see why. It applies better with a finger it's just messy. And then like if you were to try to blend it out at any point, it does start to almost like melt into the skin. Like it looks like I'm more like sweating than I am like glowing. Like look at how beautiful this highlighter looks in my opinion, right? And then we have this side right here where yeah, it does have a shine to it, but it just looks like I'm sweating and like it's too glittery for me. It's just something that I'm not a fan of at all. I did declutter this one. I have to sit here and like really kind of like pack it in to get the coverage that I'm looking for. Not a fan. Okay, so then for eyes, because I want to show you guys the way that I have been doing my eyes recently when I go to work, because it's super, super easy. We're gonna take my Sigma E35 brush, and we're gonna take just the bronzer. So I'm gonna go in my matte Sephora bronzer right here. We're gonna take this, and we're just gonna start to just put this right here in the crease, and we're gonna slowly start to just buff it in and do little small circular motions, because I'm just gonna do a nice little like neutral eye moment. And sometimes using a bronzer is just the easiest way to go, because it's not too far off from like what you have on your face. It's not too far off from your natural skin tone, and it's just gonna add a little bit of cover to the eye, little coverage to the eye. I'm gonna take the Essence one on this side. Now for this eye, we're gonna go into the Iconic London highlighter right here. I'm gonna take it on my finger. God, it's so pretty. And we're just going to place it right here. Just a very easy, effortless glow that anyone could do. It takes a couple seconds to do. Just take a bronzer and then take like your highlighter and just kind of like mesh it in together. That's literally all I've been doing. And you guys have been asking like what's been on my eyes. It's just been this. It's just so easy to do. It's so easy and effortless, and it takes 2 seconds. Now for this eye, we're gonna go in with the Essence Luminous Eye Tint right here. It's a liquid eyeshadow. I absolutely hated this when I tried it. It had no freaking pigment. And Manny made it look so pretty when I saw him do it on his TikTok. And then when I tried it, it just did not look the same. And I'm like, what the heck? What am I doing wrong? It's not me doing anything wrong. It's not a good product. Do you see the difference between the two? So this is my bronzer right here with just my little bit of highlight that kind of just blended in. I just feel like it looks like nice and sparkly, nice and effortless. And this is that shadow stick. It's so dull. It's so boring and has no life to it whatsoever. I don't get why he was like, this is amazing, because it sucks. It's not amazing at all. So yeah, not a fan of that. Not a fan. Okay, so moving on to mascara. So my best mascara that I've tried so far this year that I truly am obsessed with is the Maybelline Firework Waterproof Mascara. This is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to apply 2 coats of this, and I'm going to show you guys the worst mascara that I've tried this year. And surprisingly, I didn't think it was going to be the worst, but I'm not a fan. Like, so pretty. So while that's drying now, before I apply on the second coat, I'm going to go in with the worst. And it is the Tarte Extra Large Tubing Mascara. I got this when I met when I went to the Tarte event. That was a waste of my freaking time. I got it, and to me, this was just shitty. It's too wet. I realized that like I don't really like mascaras that are too wet, because they just like transfer, they just get all clumpy, and they just don't do what they're supposed to do. So I'm just not a fan of this particular mascara. And it's not just like Tarte, it's any like tubing mascara that I realize it's just so wet, and it just makes it like not the easiest to apply. Like yes, my lashes look really nice when I first apply it, but when I go in with like a second coat, because I always do second coats, it just, my lashes, they don't dry down, so it starts to transfer and get everywhere. So then it's just a freaking pain to deal with. That's the difference between the two. I just prefer the Firework. That one just, to me, it's just a little bit more softer. Not as like spidery legs coming at you in your face. It's just, not a fan. Okay, so for lips, I don't really have a lip liner that I truly am obsessed with, that I think is like the best lip liner. Just because I still kind of stick to like my Jaclyn Cosmetics, my Glamlite, and my Jean-Luc Cosmetics. So I don't really have like a holy grail when it comes to that. So I'm just going to kind of go in with just like my quick little ColourPop lip liner in the shade called Beeper. I'm just going to go into Beeper right here. I'm going to line my lips. I will say ColourPop really does have nice lip liners. They are super creamy. And then for this side, I did not really care for the Essence one. This is our Essence blender. We're gonna go in with this. I realized that I don't really care for pencils as much as I care for, like, I guess crayons. Like, I feel like crayons are just better than lip pencils. Okay, so for lips, the best lip products that I've tried this year is the House Labs. These are the pH lip glaze right here. This is a 4-in-1. I have been obsessed. I have the shade called Praline and Cocoa. I'm actually almost out of both, and you best believe I will 1000% be restocking on these. I think they're incredible. They're $20. They are very long lasting. They look super pretty on the lips, and I just love wearing these. I wear them every day to work. I get lots of compliments on my lips whenever I wear them all the time. They're just really great. Oh God, I'm just obsessed with this lip product. Now, this next product, it's not the worst product. It really is not, but I'm classifying it as the worst that I've bought. But I'm classifying it as the worst only because I spent almost $30 on this damn lip gloss. It does not last, and that's the Gazoo watermelon sugar thing. This to me is just so not worth it. It is just so not worth it. It's way too much for what it is. It does not last long. It comes off rather quickly. It's not as soft. It's not as a high shine. It's just an overall really shitty lip gloss, and I'm just so mad at myself for buying it. I almost bought the coconut one, but y'all told me y'all are besties and had my back and said, bitch, don't be buying that. But while it's pretty, I just don't like how it barely has any longevity to it. One drink, and if I eat food, it just comes right off. So while it may not be the worst, because it really is not, like, it's not the worst lip gloss, I'm mad at myself for spending money on it is what it comes down to, because it just generally wasn't worth it. So this is the face right here. Let me go ahead and set it. I'm gonna go on the one size, and then the new Urban Decay Hyaluronic Acid one is the finished look. So what do you guys think? This is the best of so far this year on this side of the face, and I'm just loving the way this face looks. This is what I wear to work. Love this look. Super easy, something I could wear every single day. I could wear it to date nights. I could go wear it to going out. I could wear it to work. Like, I love this side of the face, and this is the worst of. So while it's not like the worst looking side, I can definitely see just a huge difference. Like, the way that, like, my skin just has this really unnatural glow to it, but not like a dewy glow that makes you look radiant. It just looks like a white cast glow. I don't like I look like a tan man. I don't like how I look. It's just not for me. Like, it's generally just not for me. It's not the worst looking look, but I feel like it's not pretty. When I look at the difference between the two, like, up close, like, I can see the texture more on this side. I can see where product's setting into fine lines. That setting powder just really ruins a lot of things. The foundation not holding up right here, but looking so pretty right here. Like, this is everything. So this is the best of and the worst of. What do you guys think? What side do you guys prefer? Were the items that I talked about that you guys absolutely love, or the items I talked about that you guys absolutely hate? Let me know down below. I love hearing your guys' opinion. But I wanted to do something a little different because I know a lot of people do the best of and worst of so far this year, and I was like, well, let me do a full face of it because I want to show you guys the difference. I mean, they're both, like, not bad. I would wear this to go to the grocery store. That's about it. But yeah, I just definitely prefer this side. So definitely till I overlay my lips just slightly, but I had to sharpen this, so it wasn't the easiest time I lips with this, but that's all right. That is okay. But yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. I am thinking it's so weird that I'm seeing myself rocking two different lips, and, like, I don't know how well it comes off on camera. I truly don't. You know what? Let me put a little clip in right here for you. Okay, maybe you guys can see the difference now. So, like, this is the best of, this is the worst of. Where's the, one second. So I just want you guys to see the difference between the two. So this is the best of, and then this is the worst of. I don't know. Oh my God, my dog just shit them pants. Oh my God, it smells so, who farted? Miss Kaya, you're choking me out. Don't come over here. Shit face. Don't come over here. Okay, so anyway, this is the two. I just think that the best of side looks so much better than the worst of. Like, this is the worst of, right? Do you guys see? And then the best of? Like, definitely prefer the best of. Hands down. Do you see what I mean now when I say that this is the best of, and this just is like what happened here? Although I will say the mascara isn't the worst thing. They're just still not my favorite. They are just not my favorite compared to so many different products I've tried. There's so many products that I have not mentioned that I'm also in love with, that I really do love, or products that I just like, don't really care for. But I'm going to kind of save those towards the end of the year when we do like an all-encompassing from the very beginning of 2020, from the very beginning of 2024 to the very end, where we're kind of talk about all of it. But today I just kind of want to show all the products that kind of stand out to me the most as the best and the worst of so far this year. But that, my beautiful friends, is it for today's video. I'll make sure I have everything that I talked about linked down below. But if you guys like this video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, Art for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures with my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video. Bye. Which means it's halfway point throughout it's June, which means it's the halfway point towards the end of the year. So I want to do one face with the best of, and one face, things are ever changing. The beauty community is always releasing, the makeup community, and really helps to elongate, and really helps to, I take a